So we are going to be getting off, and the town is Cheyenne, and we're going to go to the Flying J truck stop where we will be fueling with diesel in the truck lanes, and then we're going to also use their CAT scale to get weights for the axles now that we have the vehicle fully loaded, and we want to know how much is on each axle. So this is an interesting stop because they have these really, yeah, it's to the left, honey. They have these really weird cemented lanes so that we actually end up to the left of oncoming traffic instead of the right. So you're going to be turning right here, honey. Turn left at this, and you're going to be between the cement barrier and the other cement. You can see what I'm saying here. It's one lane this way, and traffic coming the other way is over on the other side of that divider. So here we are. You have to wait for the stop sign yet. This particular Flying J is co-located with a Denny's restaurant. If you had not eaten your breakfast or a different meal, food options. They also, Flying J's.
Now notice we're following signs for truck access.
Oh yes, we're following the signs for truck access. To go in there is for cars and RVs. And we have used the RV lanes here before, but it can be very tight. And we also want to get the weight taken. So we'll go in on the truck side today. Truck access is here. You can see that tractor trailer coming out. Here's where we go in. And then we'll look for the fuel, which everyone's headed this way. So we're gonna have to probably head to the right to get it back around to the fuel. Those are the fuel over there.
I'll go up here and do it.
Yeah. So one interesting thing while flat towing our Jeep, I don't know if people know this or not, but we actually cannot back up at all while we are carrying or towing our Jeep. We have to do everything in forwards. Go out that way. So we're working on getting back in line for the fuel. So we want to go through there, honey, so you can get turned around. You actually did want to come in at that other entrance. This out this way and then around. Cut through one of these. Cut through one of these. And then Mike's slowing because there was a truck cutting through a little further down, and he may be doing the same thing we're doing, but I don't see him, so we're going to swing back around to get in line for fuel. All right. No. So here we are at the truck lanes to get some diesel, and that truck is going to take that lane. So what we'll do is pull up behind this truck that says Hirschbach on the back, and they're going to be fueling, and it can take a while for a truck to fuel because they're loading up to 200 gallons?
I think it's 300.
Oh, up to 300 gallons. That's right. Their fuel tanks can be 150 gallons each, and they have two of them, one on each side. And my brother would actually make fun of me for not knowing because I actually come from a family with 3 generations of truck drivers. Both my grandfather, my father, and my brother all have driven big rigs like these, and I grew up around them, so that's information I should know, but my memory isn't quite as good as it used to be. So I'm going to turn this off while we wait for our chance to pull up, and then we'll give you a full look at how we fuel at a truck stop. Okay, so the truck in front of us has finished getting their fuel and is pulling up, and so we're going to pull up to the fuel lane so that we can get our fuel. Now he must have had a prepay or card that ended his transaction. If he had to go back in, the way that it works at a truck stop, which many people don't know if you haven't been in one, is that after you get your fuel, Then you pull your truck forward far enough so that the next truck can get in line and start fueling while you go in to do your paying. And then once they pay, they'll come out and move, and that usually happens far before you finish your transaction, so there's no jam up. All right, we're gonna get out now and start the fueling process. So Mike is gonna do fueling, and I will do some video of him. So here we are. You got to be careful when you're at a truck stop because there's all kinds of diesels and oils and stuff, and they can get quite slick. But we'll come over here. So Mike always uses gloves, which he stores in this front compartment, which has a bunch of electronics in it. And then we'll come over here to the pump.
Okay, now I'm going to use my RV customer rewards for Pilot and Flying J because that means I can fuel right here. All right, so insert the card. First question it will ask, eventually. All right, so tractor or reefer? We want tractor fuel. They're both diesel, but I'll explain why you don't want reefer later, but right now we want tractor. Then it's going to ask me if I want diesel exhaust fluid. I do not need diesel exhaust fluid right now, so I will skip it. Then my zip code. And then finally, the magic words you want to see, which is you are eligible for pump start. What that means is I do not have to first go in and pre-authorize fuel. Notice the size of the nozzle. You can see the size of the nozzle is not your normal nozzle. And what that means is it throws out the diesel at a very high rate. So we do not need much diesel. We only need 25-30 gallons. And if you watch, look at the rate the gallons are going up right there. That's why you come to a truck stop.
So Mike, do you want to talk about why you don't want reefer fuel?
Yeah,
what
reefer fuel just means refrigerated fuel. It actually is just diesel. It's taxed at a different rate. It's not taxed at an on-road tax rate that tractor fuel is. It's actually illegal for us to use it. It can only be used by refrigerated trucks. So you don't want it. We want tractor fuel. Again, they're both diesel. If you accidentally put it in, it would not hurt anything.
And then also, can you mention the other benefit of using the Flying J card to get fuel at a Flying J truck stop?
You get a slight discount of 3 cents per gallon. Currently we're paying $2.24. Not a great price, but the convenience of the truck stop is why you come here. When you see the size of the rig we have, we cannot back up, as Carla mentioned. So that's why we go to truck stops. If the large trucks can maneuver, we can maneuver. We're already almost at 25 gallons.
So while that's fueling, I'm going to take a quick side tour here and show you this thing. This is what you use to clean your windshield. And I'll step back from it again so you can see exactly how tall that thing is. But when I'm standing here on the ground, that is the front of our unit, and that is the windshield. And that is how you clean the window. You take that thing and you use it up and down, unlike in a car where you would go side to side. It's more of an up and down cleaning. Well, Mike has finished. We didn't need much fuel. It was just the fuel from driving back and forth from getting the vehicle worked on at the shop in our storage unit and to the campground that we stayed at last night. But we wanted to top it off before we went. So I'm gonna pull up and Mike's gonna go in and pay for our diesel. And we needed a total of only 28 gallons, not bad today. So I'm going to turn this off till we go to do our weight.
And share the number,
he's at
the aisle number.
Yeah, the other information you need when you go in, of course, is your pump number, and that's 25. So we'll talk to you in a bit.